The information shared covers personal life updates and home preparation tasks. A significant life event is the user's marriage coupled with the relocation to the other side of Indianapolis. This relocation triggers the need to prepare the house for sale, bringing in the additional requirement of complying with the 2008 code cycle. The user's activity on the forum will be reduced for a period due to these significant life changes. Code compliance generally involves ensuring that the electrical, plumbing, and structural aspects of a building meet the minimum standards set by the relevant authorities. These codes are in place to protect the safety and well-being of the occupants, as well as the structural integrity of the building itself. Compliance with the 2008 code cycle specifically refers to adhering to the regulations that were in effect during that year. These regulations may have changed since then, but they remain relevant for any work that was done during that period or for bringing older buildings up to code. Preparing a house for sale often involves a number of steps, including making necessary repairs, updating fixtures, and decluttering the space. The goal is to make the house as appealing as possible to potential buyers, while also ensuring that it is safe and functional. The electrical system is one of the most important aspects of a house to inspect and repair before putting it on the market. The electrical issues can be a major turn-off for potential buyers, and they can also pose a safety hazard. Some common electrical issues to look out for include faulty wiring, overloaded circuits, and outdated electrical panels. Faulty wiring can be caused by a number of factors, including age, damage, and improper installation. Over time, wiring can become brittle and corroded, which can lead to shorts and fires. Overloaded circuits occur when too much electricity is being drawn from a single circuit. This can happen if too many appliances are plugged into the same outlet or if the circuit is not properly sized for the load. Outdated electrical panels can also be a safety hazard. Older panels may not have enough capacity to handle the electrical demands of modern appliances and electronics. They may also be more prone to failure. In addition to electrical issues, it is also important to inspect and repair any plumbing problems before putting a house on the market. Plumbing issues can also be a major turn-off for potential buyers, and they can also lead to water damage and mold growth. Some common plumbing issues to look out for include leaky pipes, clogged drains, and outdated plumbing fixtures. Leaky pipes can be caused by a number of factors, including age, corrosion, and damage. Clogged drains can be caused by a buildup of hair, grease, and other debris. Outdated plumbing fixtures can also be a turn-off for potential buyers. In addition to electrical and plumbing issues, it is also important to inspect and repair any structural problems before putting a house on the market. Structural problems can be a major red flag for potential buyers, and they can also pose a safety hazard. Some common structural problems to look out for include cracks in the foundation, sagging floors, and damaged roofs. Cracks in the foundation can be caused by a number of factors, including soil movement, water damage, and seismic activity. Sagging floors can be caused by a number of factors, including water damage, termite damage, and structural defects. Damaged roofs can be caused by a number of factors, including wind, hail, and age. When preparing a house for sale, it is also important to declutter the space and make it look as clean and inviting as possible. This can involve removing excess furniture, organizing closets and cabinets, and painting the walls. The goal is to create a space that is both functional and aesthetically pleasing. In terms of code compliance, the 2008 code cycle may have specific requirements for electrical wiring, plumbing, and other aspects of the building. These requirements may vary depending on the location and the type of building. It is important to consult with a qualified professional to ensure that the house is in compliance with all applicable codes. For example, the National Electrical Code, or NEC, provides guidelines for electrical installations. Some key areas covered by the NEC include wiring methods, overcurrent protection, grounding, and bonding. Wiring methods refer to the types of conductors and cables that are allowed to be used in different applications. The NEC specifies the types of wiring that are suitable for use in different environments such as dry locations, wet locations, and hazardous locations. Overcurrent protection is designed to protect electrical circuits from damage caused by excessive current flow. Overcurrent protection devices, such as circuit breakers and fuses, are designed to trip or blow when the current exceeds a certain level. Grounding is the process of connecting electrical equipment to the earth. Grounding helps to protect against electrical shock by providing a path for fault current to flow back to the source. Bonding is the process of connecting different metal parts of an electrical system together. Bonding helps to equalize the voltage between different parts of the system, which can reduce the risk of electrical shock. There are many tables in the NEC that are essential for electrical work. For example, NEC Table 310.15b16 provides ampacity ratings for insulated conductors. Ampacity is the maximum amount of current that a conductor can carry safely without exceeding its temperature rating. This table helps electricians select the correct size of conductor for a particular application. The ampacity of a conductor depends on several factors, including the type of insulation, the size of the conductor, and the ambient temperature. The NEC also specifies the minimum size of conductors that can be used for different applications. For example, NEC section 210.19a requires that branch circuit conductors be sized to carry the non-continuous load plus 125% of the continuous load. A continuous load is a load that is expected to operate for 3 hours or more. This requirement helps to ensure that branch circuits are not overloaded, which can lead to overheating and fires. The NEC also provides guidelines for the installation of electrical equipment. For example, NEC section 110.3b requires that electrical equipment be installed and used in accordance with its listing and labeling. This means that electricians must follow the manufacturer's instructions when installing electrical equipment. The NEC also specifies the clearances that must be maintained around electrical equipment. For example, NEC section 110.26 requires that there be sufficient access and working space around electrical equipment to allow for safe operation and maintenance. This requirement helps to protect electricians from electrical shock and other hazards. In addition to the NEC, there may be other local codes and regulations that apply to electrical installations. It is important to consult with the local building department to ensure that all applicable codes are being followed. Common electrical services found in residential homes typically include 120/240 volt single-phase 3-wire systems. The 120 volts is used for lighting and small appliance circuits, while the 240 volts is used for larger appliances such as electric ranges, water heaters, and air conditioners. In a 120/240 volt system, there are two 120-volt hot wires, a neutral wire and a ground wire. The voltage between each hot wire and the neutral wire is 120 volts, while the voltage between the two hot wires is 240 volts. The neutral wire provides a return path for the current, while the ground wire provides a path for fault current to flow back to the source. The electrical panel is the main distribution point for electricity in a home. The electrical panel contains circuit breakers or fuses that protect the branch circuits from overcurrent. The size of the electrical panel is determined by the total electrical load of the home. The electrical panel should be large enough to accommodate all of the circuits that are needed to power the home. Branch circuits are the individual circuits that supply power to different parts of the home. Branch circuits are typically rated for 15 or 20 amps. The number of outlets and lights that can be connected to a branch circuit is limited by the ampacity of the circuit. Ground fault circuit interrupters, or GFCIs, are safety devices that are designed to protect against electrical shock. GFCIs are required in areas where there is a risk of water exposure, such as bathrooms, kitchens, and outdoor areas. GFCIs work by monitoring the current flowing in the hot and neutral wires of a circuit. If there is a difference in current between the two wires, it indicates that there is a ground fault. A ground fault occurs when current is flowing through an unintended path, such as through a person's body. When a GFCI detects a ground fault, it quickly trips the circuit, cutting off the power and preventing electrical shock. Arc fault circuit interrupters, or RFCIs, are safety devices that are designed to protect against electrical fires. SIs are required in bedrooms and other areas where there is a risk of arc faults. An arc fault is an unintentional electrical discharge that can occur when there is a break in the insulation of a wire or a loose connection. Arc faults can generate a lot of heat, which can ignite nearby materials and cause a fire. SIs work by monitoring the current flowing in a circuit. If there is an arc fault, the SI will quickly trip the circuit, cutting off the power and preventing a fire. When preparing a house for sale, it is important to make sure that all of the electrical wiring is up to code and in good condition. Any damaged or outdated wiring should be replaced. It is also important to make sure that all of the electrical outlets and switches are working properly. Any broken or damaged outlets and switches should be replaced. In addition, it is important to make sure that all of the electrical panels are properly labeled and that the circuit breakers are functioning correctly. If you are not comfortable working with electricity, it is best to hire a qualified electrician to inspect and repair the electrical system. Attempting to work with electricity without proper training can be dangerous. Remember, safety should always be the top priority when working with electricity.